There's a lie almost everyone believes about money, that if you just make more of it, things will eventually sort themselves out. But the uncomfortable truth is that most people don't lose millions because they were unlucky. They lose millions because of small, boring decisions they made over and over and over again. No dramatic crypto collapse, no single bad boss, no once-in-a-lifetime disaster. Just quiet mistakes compounding silently for decades. Let's break down the mistakes that are silently costing people their future. The most expensive money mistake isn't about investment. It's not investing at all. Think about it. If you invest just $200 a month starting at 25 and earn a reasonable long-term return, you could retire with hundreds of thousands, maybe even over $1 million. But what if you wait just 10 years to start? You don't lose 10 years of contributions. You lose decades of compounding. Those first few $1,000s you put in aren't just sitting there. They're the engine. They become the powerful force that pulls everything else forward for the next 30 or 40 years. Waiting feels harmless when you're in your 20s, like you have all the time in the world. But in your 50s, that lost time feels irreversible. Time is the only asset money can never, ever replace. Here's how most people sabotage their own financial freedom without even realizing it. They don't blow their money overnight in some spectacular fashion. They just upgrade, slowly. A slightly nicer car, a better apartment in a cooler neighborhood, a few more monthly subscriptions that you forget you're even paying for, that we deserve this vacation. Before you know it, every raise you get disappears. Every bonus is pre-spent in your mind. And suddenly, making more money doesn't create freedom. It just creates a more fragile, expensive life. This lifestyle creep never looks reckless. On the surface, it even looks responsible, until you wake up one day and realize you're working harder than ever with almost nothing to show for it. Now, let's talk about debt. It's often framed as a simple math problem, something you can manage on a spreadsheet. But high-interest debt is not a math problem. It's an emergency wearing a spreadsheet's disguise. A credit card charging 20% interest doesn't just slow down your progress, it actively erases it. Every single dollar you manage to invest while carrying that kind of debt is like trying to fill a bucket that has a giant hole in the bottom. The water just keeps pouring out. This isn't about achieving perfection, it's about urgency. The longer that high-interest debt hangs around, the more of your future options it quietly, methodically removes from the table. Finally, there's the mistake of skipping the boring stuff. Most people insure their phones before they insure their ability to earn an income. Think about that. They have no emergency fund, no disability coverage, no real plan for what happens if life, as it always does, decides not to cooperate. And one day it won't. One medical event, one unexpected job loss, one family obligation is all it takes. Without that boring protection, people don't just pause their financial progress, they reverse it, often digging a hole that takes years to climb out of. Wealth isn't built on optimism alone. It's built by respecting what could go wrong and calmly preparing for it. These quiet mistakes, procrastination, inflation, debt, and unpreparedness are what truly shape a financial life. Not the headlines, but the small, daily choices that lock in your future long before you realize it. This next trap often appears just as you start earning more. It's the temptation to confuse being busy with making progress. You start chasing what feels advanced. You're reading about hot stocks, looking into complex real estate deals, maybe even buying sophisticated financial products you can't quite explain to a friend. It feels like you're leveling up, like you've unlocked a new stage of the game. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Complexity doesn't build wealth. Consistency does. The most durable fortunes in history weren't built on some clever, hidden shortcut. They were built on boring systems, followed with relentless discipline. Think of it like this. Wealth is grown in a garden, not captured in a hunt. It requires patient, predictable work. If something is sold to you as a shortcut, it's almost always a shortcut to a dead end. Then there's the mistake of time. In your 20s, a financial mistake can feel like a loud explosion, but the damage is usually contained. You have time to rebuild. In your 30s, the mistakes are quieter, more subtle, but they're like cracks forming in a foundation. By your 40s and 50s, those cracks become structural. The entire building is at risk. This is the point where panic sets in, where people desperately try to catch up. And that panic often masquerades as confidence. It looks like making riskier bets, speculating on a long shot, making a YOLO decision because you feel you have to. But wealth is a timid creature. It doesn't respond well to panic. The paradox is that the later you start, the more discipline you need, not more boldness. The clock is ticking louder, which means your movements need to become more precise, more deliberate, not more frantic. And that brings us to what might be the costliest mistake of them all: never defining what enough actually means. It's the failure to ever decide what all this money is actually for. It creates two kinds of prisoners. On one side, you have the person who saves aggressively, who squirrels away every dollar, but never grants themselves permission to enjoy it. Their life is a constant state of preparation for a future that never arrives. On the other side, you have the person who spends freely, chasing every desire, but lives with a low hum of anxiety because they never feel truly secure. Without a clear finish line, money just becomes a moving target you chase forever. And peace of mind? It never arrives. The goal isn't to be the richest person in the cemetery. The goal is to use money as a tool, intentionally, to build a life of freedom, stability, and meaning while you are still here to experience it. You see, most of the mistakes that derail us financially aren't dramatic, Hollywood-level disasters. They're quiet. They're normal. They're the kinds of things your friends and neighbors are probably doing right now. And that's precisely what makes them so dangerous. They hide in plain sight. But avoiding just a few of these quiet traps, like the ones we've talked about, can be the one thing that separates a life of working forever from a life where you get to choose how you spend your time. It's that simple and that profound. So if listening to this made you feel a little uncomfortable, a little seen, good. That feeling is often the starting point for the most valuable changes we ever make.